Welcome viewers to the Dragster Shop and Transmission. As you can see here, we have another Turbo 350 transmission. This was a trade-in. Supposedly a good core. Hang on one second, we'll get back to that. Heater was getting ready to cut on, and once that thing does, it gets real noisy. Okay, so starting over. Here we have a Turbo 350 that was a core trade-in. And as I've said before, you never know what you're going to get. That being said, most of the time they're just burnt up. They need a rebuild, whatever the case may be. But then again, sometimes you get some damage to the transmission. Case in point, I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but you follow the splines and then they turn to the left. Tail shaft splines are twisted. What caused it? Who knows? Could have been drive shaft too short, too long. Rear end could have locked up in the transmission. Truck. This probably came out of a truck because it is a long tail shaft transmission. So you start looking for other issues as well. Let me grab a pick here. Get up here. This is where your case bearing rides. The only bearing in the whole entire case, located right down in there. This transmission had been rebuilt, but you gotta hear that? There's a spot in this tail shaft that rode in the case bearing. So you got to look for that stuff. So this right here, unfortunately, I'm not going to use. I'm not even going to use the ring gear. Just going to get rid of all of it. And then you look inside, you have your piston that rides down in the bottom of the case. This guy right here rides down there in the very bottom. It's the very first thing you put in after the case bushing. So I'm going to clean this piston up anyway. This is the solid bushing through here. A lot of them are not. Yeah, like I'll show you one over here. I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah, see the difference in the pistons. So anyway, let me put this back because it's clean, and I don't. It doesn't matter. I know where it goes. Okay, so now I have to tear down another transmission that I have in stock to rob the tail shaft out of, which is okay because in this instance, you know, I have a core really that you got to be careful with this, especially if you build transmissions, because you can very easily end up with a whole bunch of transmissions you can't use for anything. But anyway, so next step is to look at the spring retainer plate. That's this guy right here. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this little lip right here goes all the way around. It's supposed to be flat, but you can see that it's bent up. So it made the snap ring. Well, the snap ring came out pretty good. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a little more difficult than usual. But, so now, there were no broken return springs. So, I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to junk this in the snap ring, because it's obviously been beat up pretty good. And turn the light off there. And I'll have to thoroughly inspect the case, which means I'm going to have to clean it. And as I normally do, and look for cracks in the case. But otherwise, it was, you know, it has some good usable parts in it. Another place you have to pay particular concern to is back in here. This is where that piston rides, is back in here. I have seen them crack along this edge right in here. Maybe somebody manually shifted this thing down at 85 miles an hour, who knows, and then done all this damage. But usually the case is cracked. I don't know if this case is cracked until I get it cleaned up really well and look at it. So didn't see any signs of any fluid up here anywhere. It's pretty dry other than your normal dirt. It didn't look like anything like that. It just looked like you see it here. I just ran over it with some spray cleaner and a wire brush to kind of get an idea what it looked like. So anyway, so this is not a rebuild video. It's not a teardown video. This is for some of you guys that may be wanting to do one of these trannies on your own. Always knock that bearing out. When you get the transmission the case completely emptied, the first thing you do is knock that bearing out. Don't look at it and say, oh, good enough. No, that doesn't work. Depending on where you get your rebuild kit from, it may come with the bushing kit. I know a lot of places don't. You have to buy it separately. But you've got a lot of bushings throughout this transmission. Okay, you can see down in there. So I know some companies do offer a thrust washer kit. This transmission is in early 70s, I do believe. During the rebuild, it looks like somebody had put metal thrust washers in it, or they might have already been in it, but they're definitely not original. They're fairly new. So planets are all good, but anyway, this video is just to show you to always look at your hard parts. Don't just slap new friction clutch packs in there and papers and seals and call it good and rebuilt, because it will come back to bite you if you don't inspect these parts. So like I said earlier, I'll have to get into another transmission that I have to get the long tail output shaft out of it, which is okay. It is actually sitting over here on the floor right there. It is also a Turbo 350 long tail, but it has the lockup torque converter feature. I plan on using that on one of my projects, possibly, unless somebody needs it, but it's the only almost complete core that I have. So but I'm going to change it to a short tail because I've got a car that I would like to put it in. Anyway, here nor there. All right, so guys, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Share it. Enjoy. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you.